Oh, I don't think I told you. I'm definitely cutting all my hair off. I'm definitely starting over. And I'm definitely gonna be doing wash and goes again. Okay, let's try this again. A lot has happened since my last video, and I have so much content to edit that I was just like, I don't want to edit this content because it's really boring. So let me simplify this for both of us, okay? I'm just gonna summarize what has happened in the last month and a half right now. I big chopped again. Surprise, we are big chopping again. I need to move that. Shortly after my last video with my silk press, I went ahead and pre-pooed my hair using Ypres. Ypres is a bond building treatment that you spray on your hair before you wash it. It's a pre-poo treatment that I had never used before, and this was my first time using. I gotta say, I really enjoyed it. For a pre-poo, it was very simple. It's just a spray. So I'm spraying it in my hair, getting my hair saturated. I leave it in for 10 minutes. I'm done. I was introduced to it by a fellow YouTuber named Abby Young. I saw it in her video and I was like, I want to know what this would do for my natural hair, because I had not seen any other naturals talking about it. And I was like, this is really simple. It's a spray. There's no point in getting my hair wet and rinsing my hair out before using it because it's literally just spray. It's the bond treatment mixed with water. I also mentioned this in my 2024 hair goals video, so I've been well aware of this product since last year, but it's taken me till now to try it out. Side note, just so we know, I'm not affiliated with Ypres or any of the brands that I talk about ever. I might have an affiliate link, but I'm not being paid by them to say certain things. And I will never be paid by a brand to speak positively about them if I don't feel that way already and haven't been using their products already. I haven't had a sponsor. I haven't had a brand deal. And when I have one, because I want one, when I have one, I will let you know. I just have an affiliate link. Like, I use this product already. If you want it, use my link so I can get some kickback from it. But I'm not being paid by the brand to do that. You got me? So anyway, moving forward, I want to make sure that I'm keeping my hair strands strong from inside out. And while my hair isn't colored or chemically damaged, I pretty much cut off all the damage that I had from over manipulation and all the stuff that I was doing with my wash and goes before, and from getting curly cuts, which we will talk about. We will talk about it. I'm still frequently wetting and drying my hair, which has the potential to cause damage. So a bond builder, protein treatments, those things are great when you're going to be doing potentially damaging practices to your hair, which I'm going to do it. I am no expert on this. I'm no hairstylist. I am no scientist. I highly recommend doing your own research and reading documentation on this. All I know is that going back and forth between wet and dry multiple times out of the week leaves a greater chance, a greater risk for my hair to be damaged. So I'm gonna use treatments to prevent that damage, just as I was doing before, except now I'm starting at the beginning with the treatments. I know what I don't need to do and what I do need to do, and I feel like I'm moving forward better. I've also chemically altered my hair before unknowingly by over cleansing my hair. I essentially stripped my hair of its essential oils. And even then, the bond builders weren't enough. So while I will continue to do bond builders, they are not a catch-all. They are not going to fix anything. I think bond builders do a good job with prevention. I think they do a good job with mending together hair strands that are chemically altered with color, and you can see a big progress in there. Kind of like immediately, although they're different, they're not the same. Protein treatments will show you an immediate difference. They will help give that spring factor back to your hair when it's limp and lifeless from the bleach and the color that you're doing to your hair. But when you still have that spring factor in your hair and you're still seeing those coils and you still have damage, what is it gonna do? It's not gonna fix it because it can't be fixed. You gotta cut it off. So my whole intention with the bond builders, with the treatments, is for prevention, along with the rest of the things that I'm gonna be doing in my routine. It's focusing on prevention and not fixing when it's already f***ed. Moving forward. After doing the treatment, I decided to wash my hair, condition, do all the things, and then put my hair in twists. I put my hair in medium-sized 2-strand twists, and then I put it under a head wrap for like 2 weeks because I didn't want to wear those twists. I didn't feel confident in those twists. I didn't think I looked good in those twists. I also didn't want to talk myself into thinking I did because I felt in my heart that that was not the style I wanted to rock. I even thought about installing mini twists, but I was immediately like, Who's doing all that? That's a lot that I don't want to keep up with. What if my hair decides to lock after wearing them for a week? What if my hair decides to lock after wearing them for 2 weeks? I'm gonna wash my hair in these 2-strand twists. I got seborrheic dermatitis. I'm not doing all that. I'm just not. So it was then when I was like, okay, let me wear my hair under these head wraps for a few weeks. I'm going back to Brianna because I want my hair flat twisted. I want to see if that will be the style for me. So I went back to Brianna, got some gorgeous flat twists, left those in for like 2 weeks. And this was at the end of February and the beginning of March. So that is around the time when I actually got my diagnosis for my seborrheic dermatitis. It was the beginning of March, March 6th. Well after I had recorded my video for my silk press, but that was around the time when I actually posted my silk press video. So during that video, I did not know I had seborrheic dermatitis. Didn't know it. I didn't know it until March 6th. But because I'd already known that, I was like, let me add this newfound information to that video so that y'all can know, okay, the issues with my scalp was something. It wasn't just nothing. But the timeline is important because from the silk press, thinking I could do these protective styles and, oh, as long as I have access to my scalp, I can put some oil, I can massage it, I can spray it down. No, because now that that time had gone by and I'd had my appointment, now I know, oh, I need to shampoo my scalp more because I did this to my scalp. I need access to my scalp more, and I need to be able to actually cleanse my scalp more for however long I need to do that because I did this to my scalp. And because of that, that's gonna change how I decide to wear my hair. Anyway, I wore those 2-strand twists to my appointment. She saw what was going on. I'll insert pictures so you can see as well. And I wanna say, it doesn't look terrible. It just was so sensitive to the touch and my scalp would flake up and it just felt like it had this coating on it. And it's felt like that for a while, a coating that I just could not shampoo off. And when I did, when I over cleansed my scalp and my hair to get that feeling off, it just multiplied because it was so stripped at that point is what I think was happening. I couldn't clean my hair enough to get that to go away because I had done so much. I put on so much product on my hair over the years that my scalp was just like, no. Because I knew I needed better access to my scalp, I knew I needed to figure out what styles I was gonna do. What did I want to do? And what are you supposed to do? So anyways, after wearing those flat twists for like 2 weeks, I of course got prescribed medication for my seborrheic dermatitis on top of taking antibiotics. I was instructed to add this medicated scalp oil to my scalp 2 times a day for 2 weeks. So I needed access to my scalp. So in order to follow the directions and add the medication onto a fresh scalp, I reset my hair. I did a pre-poo treatment. I let that Ypres treatment sit in my hair for like 10 minutes. Then I went ahead and finished that bottle of oil. I'm just showing y'all this cute curl. Look at the coil. And then once I was done with that, I actually put on this Amika Reset Scalp Cleansing Oil. It's not a cleansing oil, it's a shampoo. I don't really care how they want to market it. It's a shampoo. When I rinsed my hair out, it felt clean. Like I had put a clarifying shampoo on my hair. Like my hair felt clean. Now it may be formulated differently than regular shampoos, but it's giving shampoo. I shampooed, I deep conditioned, I added in my styling products, and then I decided to blow my hair out to install my flat twists. At first I had my mom helping me, and then I just decided like, let me do it because she pulls so tightly. And I was like, I can do this in the bathroom. And I still ended up pulling my hair a little tightly. You can see the redness on my scalp because I had no idea what I was doing. I was practicing. It was my first time doing my own flat twists. And they didn't look too bad. They looked okay. I wore them for 2 weeks. It was super easy to access my scalp. Frankly, the medication had helped me. Frankly, the medication helped me so much. I'd waited a year to see this dermatologist. She is a Black dermatologist and one of the only Black dermatologists near me. And I really just wanted to see a Black dermatologist. It's a personal preference. I wanted to find a Black woman who wouldn't tell me to wash my hair with Niacinamide shampoo every day. Not that it doesn't work, because it absolutely does. It's just something I was not going to do. And honestly, it was worth the wait. I go back on Monday for my 8-week update. Like, that's how long it's been. Okay, so I wore my flat twist for 2 weeks while medicating my scalp. After that, I went ahead and took my blown out hair and I pre-pooed it using Melanin Hair Care's leave-in and oil. Loved that.
I again went in with the Amika Reset. If you ever want to use this product, I highly suggest you use it on your clarifying days because it's definitely going to help assist with that. It's going to leave your hair clean. So after that, I cleansed, I deep conditioned, and then I added in my styling products, and it was time to do it all over again. And that was the issue. I saw that I was going to have to keep doing this, taking down these twists, washing my hair, deep conditioning, putting these twists back in my hair, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like that I was using product on damaged hair. I didn't like that I'm just tucking my hair away and covering my scalp because my scalp was irritated, but I didn't want to wear my hair in these twists. So what did I do?
Confession, it's going on 3 weeks since I washed my hair and I still have these same twists in, but I just don't feel like I don't feel like moisturizing damaged hair. I honestly started watching some of my older videos back and I didn't even realize how different my curls have become. I tried to chalk it up to length, but no. It's not the length. One thing that was a little confusing about the curly cuts is my hair did feel good. After my first cut, it was so much easier to detangle my hair because the detangling part was the indicator that I need my hair cut, trimmed, something. And I knew, I was like, okay, I need to go to a salon to get this done. Let me try the curly cutting. So now we know the curly cutting doesn't address everything. And on top of that, I was using really harsh shampoos that I hadn't really used before, and I was experiencing extreme dryness. And on top of using harsh shampoos, I was sitting under the dryer for like hours under high heat. And yeah, that's literally drying out my hair. So, oh, I don't think I told you. I'm definitely cutting all my hair off. I'm definitely starting over. And I'm definitely gonna be doing wash and goes again. And I'm so glad that I documented my journey when I first started out because my wash and goes were thriving. Harsh shampoos, sitting under the dryer on hot air for a very long time,
Using way too much styling product,
and curly cuts. Everything else, I don't think I was doing much wrong before, except I wasn't using protein or bond builders, which I will implement and have been implementing, so that's not an issue. But knowing what I know now, I'm excited to start over. I feel like if I've done it once and I didn't really know what to do or what to look for then, I mean, I can do it again and do it better this time. With my seborrheic dermatitis going on and the whole like having my hair under a head wrap and even putting it in flat twists, I just don't wanna. I just wanna wear my curls. All right, I just blow dried my hair. I'm about to go over my aunt's and she's gonna take a look at my hair and just see what we're gonna do. I can't get back on Brianna's books for a while, so I just want to cut my hair. Like, I don't want to do it anymore, but I'm so tired of touching my hair and I know I'm gonna do it when it's cut. You know what I mean? So, also I went thin with my eyebrows this time. It's a look and it's gonna stay. Ooh, I cannot wait to have a toit again. It looks a little shorter on this side, but that's okay. She was super tired and she did a really good job. Why am I seeing so many gray hairs? What the hell is that? I need to wash my hair. I'm telling y'all, like, I can just run my fingers through this and there's like no issues. There's so many things that I'm gonna do differently this time, but I miss my curls. And I don't want to give up on growing them out in that way, but also right now I just want to enjoy my short hair again. Like, I just want to enjoy my curls again, because I know when I wet this is gonna curl up to be like right here. I'm just really excited to take 3 years of learning and 3 years of failing and succeeding in some light and applying that knowledge towards my hair, because at the end of the day, it's my hair. It's my business what I want to do with it, and I want to wear my curls as much as I can. Knowing what I know now, I really want to grow my hair out in a wash and go again. While my hair is short, I want to wear it in the wash and go as much as I can, but knowing that it's good to switch it up every now and then, do some twists, do something else, get my hair cut on blown out hair, probably silk pressed hair, and just really get my hair examined hair by hair. Like, I need to know what's going on. But I'm just really happy. I feel like I have a new start, a fresh start. We all big chopping right now, I feel like.
If you stuck around for the whole video, I just want to say thank you. I know that I'm way off of what my goal was for content creation this year. I'm hopping back on my horse and I'm excited to share all that I've been learning about my hair. And I've been doing my hair almost every day, which is new, and it's so easy and it's so fast, and I'm so excited to show you. So stay tuned.